Start us off, somebody that's not me.
What is up, Castpod Nation? Welcome back to another football-related video.
Bro,
You
this
haven't
thing
heard from me in a
is
while. I
bro.
have been moisture farming on a desert planet, isolated from everybody else, drinking blue milk, but we are here today to talk about sports teams.
Is it milk?
I'm gonna.
I thought it was just liquid. I thought blue milk was Star Wars.
That was
Oh,
a
you're
Star
talking
Wars
about.
reference.
I thought you were talking. I thought.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about. Dune.
no, he got me too. I was like, Dune. That was months ago. You're way behind. It's Beetlejuice. Everyone's got the beach right now, buddy.
Ain't no
But
making
The old bee.
But
Tell us
yeah,
more
no.
about Beege's co-hosts. Let's
I
go
will
one by
not.
one.
the BG.
No, they're moisture
Welcome back to
farmers,
the nation that was abandoned, Castpod. We are reviving the corpse of this podcast to bring you an analysis of the NFL team's chances of winning this year. And as always, me and Callum, the most expert, knowledgeable people on football on the planet, are going to be your guide. So make sure you have your sports betting app open because anything we say is 100% correct and will definitely not put you into financial ruin. And these other two guys
This is financial advice.
Flapper. I
This
don't know
is
why they're here.
financial advice.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, it's my job to like stitch. It was my job to like stitch all the like. Kevin gave the orders. I stitched
on,
the
let's
podcast
try
back together,
Oh,
dug
that's-
up all the parts. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of fucked up. I couldn't find a foot.
You would bring up Stitch,
like,
Mr. Disney.
The arms were like lengthy, different lengths. I did the best I could, but it was kind of a tall order, admittedly. But yes, welcome back to Carter and Kevin Explain Football, the group edition. So if you recall last year, we did bring these. Is it generous to call you guys chuckle fucks? You know what? That was me. I apologize. I came in a little hard.
Would you call
I
it
My
came in a little hard.
grandma was whatever.
My grandma was a chuckle fuck.
She worked in the chuckle fuck mines for 30
Why
years.
why does it sound like that's an enemy name in like Conquer's Bad Fur Day? Oh no,
It
the
really
king.
does sound like that.
It's got that early. It's got that early 2000s
That early
comedy energy.
2000 angst. Yeah.
I love we were like, so making sure this is on time for the Eagles game, right? And we're doing bits to well, what
It's
are
only
we
the
without
first
bits?
2 minutes, and also anybody who
yes.
watches
Wow,
this
Tom
knows that
really
you
nailed
are
it. It is.
king of bits.
It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But
It
yeah,
never
But
stops
yes,
counting.
if you remember,
I don't.
last year, we let these two pick their Super Bowl. I believe it was the Houston Texans
Correct.
versus the New Orleans Saints.
Correct.
And
Correct.
you guys can take credit for being on the forefront of the Houston Texans hype train.
yes.
A
See,
team
I
that was
knew it.
expected
That
to
was
be
my team.
awful last year, made the
Mhm.
playoffs, and won a playoff game. And the
Yes.
Saints should have been in the playoffs, but did not.
A single playoff game.
That's a lot more than most teams win.
Yeah.
It's already. I think they actually just doubled their amount of playoff wins as a franchise.
So it sounds like I'm ahead of Callum because Callum was the one who was voting for the Saints. So
Gaslighting.
Well, all right, we gotta respect the rules of gaslighting.
Yeah.
shall we
But
get
yes,
Tony
let's
Joe
get
started?
started.
All right.
So what we're going to do? Oh well,
I
Kevin,
was
you
gonna
can
say the
explain it.
categories. I mean, we're just gonna. I thought it was clear when you called them chuckle fucks that we're gonna have them rank the teams. So, starting from the bottom because I kind of
Now
got
we're here.
lazy.
Nice. Got him.
We have the absolute trash tier, so that's your worst of the worst, and then your regular trash, and then your probably trash, and then you got your mids, your playoffs question mark because that's like, all right, who's it gonna be? Like, do they have a chance? And then playoffs faux show because we're white, and
Jesus.
then
I'm not white. I'm clear.
Do the viewers know that?
I mean,
they-
were fucking ranking.
If they've listened to my
NFL
show, they
teams.
sure know.
They definitely know that.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes into the playoff faux show level. That's the highest you can rank them until the end, where you guys are going to each pick a team to hopefully from different conferences to go into the Castpod Superb Owl.
Imagine knowing which conferences each one's in.
Well, here's the thing, Cal.
This year I know
It's
what
divided
Superb
by
Owl
half
means,
of
and I'm not going to seem dumb.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's divided in half. So right here, this little dividing before the uh,
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys and after the Chargers, that's how it works.
Oh yes, we actually made a
Hmm.
graph this year.
I will
We
choose
had a
to
graph
forget this
last
when the
year.
time comes.
No,
Really?
Let's
please.
get this party started.
All right, so I also messaged you guys in the Facebook group of the options of questions that you could ask me and Card about each team. What is their don't sleep on game? So for context for you guys at home and in this chat right now, the don't sleep on game is not going to be like, they don't have like a prime time spot. It's not your best game of the week. It's not the worst game of the week. It's one that is just like, I want to watch this game out of everyone else because
And we're doing
I'm
this
not
for this upcoming week.
just
For
for the
the year.
season. Yeah.
Oh, for this.
season.
Oh,
So it's like
Right.
I know if I put on this game, I'm gonna like, and I have nothing
Enjoy
invested
it.
in either team. I'm gonna enjoy it. Kind of like the first game of the season, the Ravens versus the Chiefs. That was it had a primo spot, so it wasn't a don't sleep on game. But if you have nothing
Right.
invested in either team, what a game to watch.
Yeah. In general, the goal with the don't
game of
sleep on
literal
game is
code
like,
and
what are
just-
games that are in like the 1 or 4 o'clock spot that it's like, this is like must see for the season. These are the games you look at and you add to your schedule.
So there's that. There's the who to watch. Who do we think is like someone to keep tabs on? The where would they be at the bar? So at our season preview episodes, I came up with this analogy where it was like people, like when they were talking about recruits, it was like people at a bar where there's people in the VIP area behind the velvet rope. There's other people like sitting at the bar making deals, people walking to tables, etc.
And where would that team be? Like if that team
Yeah.
was a one person
If it was one
entity,
person
where
at
would
the
they be?
bar, where would they be? Yes.
Got it.
And then the last one I just added is, can they smell what the rock is cooking? Because I was like, 3 questions is a little too few. And that's going to just be if we think they can smell what the rock is cooking. A simple yes or no.
It is Kevin's birthday soon, so he is putting in his wrestling propaganda now.
Yes.
It's actually tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
Dating the episode.
Everyone say happy birthday, Kevin.
No.
Happy
Who
birthday,
again?
Kevin!
I was never born.
Huh?
Football.
Oh.
I merely just became a sentient pile of hair.
That's true.
You like that thing from back at the bar? Sure.
What was his name? Is it like Party Steve or something?
Something like that. It's like
Wild Mike.
crazy, Wild Mike.
Wild Mike.
I went to call him Crazy Steve.
Crazy
from-
Steve's Drake and Josh, yeah.
That
Wild
is
Mike
Drake and Josh.
back at the barnyard.
Bro, tell me I'm be like Mike for real.
All right.
Anyway, should we get started?
Sure. Callum,
Ideally,
who's this
yes.
first team?
Oh, I love
That's
this.
the Buffalo Bills.
It is the
Hey,
Buffalo
you got
Bills.
it.
The worst team.
They can learn. Yeah. I mean,
No. We can't. That's
Alright,
not
be nice.
true. There's definitely worse teams than the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, bro.
But it is funny to say
yeah.
that
Mhm.
in a given company.
All
For
right.
those watching at home, Carter's team is the Buffalo Bills.
That's right.
Who would have guessed, except everyone who listened last year?
Mhm. So, boys,
Except everyone.
Literally
what is
everyone.
your question about the Bills?
Tom, I'll let you take this one.
Okay. Carter, do you think the Bills... Do you think they've... I'm going to ask a unique question. I've always been one to think outside the box.
Oh,
Do
Jesus,
you
going
think
off
the Bills-
script.
Do you
Hit the
think
emergency switch.
Do you think the Bills have passed their karma of injuries, or do you think there'll be a major injury this year?
Well, I'm afraid the major injury already kind of happened. Team captain and most handsome Bill, probably, in the wake of losing Stephon Diggs, Matt Milano, linebacker, all-pro talent, very handsome. Got that slick olive oil charm, as they say in...
Olive
Jesus
oil
Christ.
charm.
As they say in The Godfather, tore his damn arm tackling a dummy. Last year, he missed more than half the season after he broke
Sounds
his
like he's
leg,
a dummy.
and the defense kind of went to a pit. So I'd like to think that the injury bug is past. But knowing sort of the history of Bills' defensive injuries, I'm not holding. I wouldn't be surprised if another big one happens. And compared to previous years, where we had enough talent to sort of fill the gaps, if someone goes down, we are in a little bit of trouble. Case in point, we've had a couple injuries in the defensive backfield already, and now DeMar Hamlin is going to be starting his first NFL game. Some people will frame that as an inspirational story. People who've seen him play might not, and we can put it that way politely.
Yeah, I've made my decision about where I want to place them. Callum?
Are we each doing a question? I always thought it was just one question for the whole thing.
I mean, we could do that. It would make it quicker.
Yeah, one question.
Yeah, let's do it that way because I already know
just
where I'm
alternate
going to
who
put
asks
them
the
to.
question.
All right, where are you putting them, Callum?
Playoffs.
Okay, I was going to do the same thing.
Alright, playoffs.
Really?
I
Yeah.
mean,
Playoff.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can accuse me
I
of
think it's a safe
jinxing.
I think it is mainly because, Carter, he's very passionate about this team. And so when he's really depressed about them, that's when they do well. And then when he's feeling good, that's when they tank. So
So you're saying because he's feeling depressed about them, that means they're going to do good?
they're probably going to do pretty well. That's what I
Interesting.
think.
I like your logic,
Update,
and I'm going to stick with it.
Matt Milano is actually kind of a stud.
Why would I lie about that?
I was curious.
Who do you think I,
I didn't
am?
know what he looked like based off of
Someone who
Matt
doesn't
Milano.
analyze football players based on their handsomeness.
I just had to check. All right, Tom, who is this next team? Actually, this is kind of convenient for you.
This is the New England Patriots.
What?
What?
Oh,
The Dolphins.
sorry. I never mind.
The Miami Dolphins.
Miami.
Okay, my
Dolphins.
brain saw the Dolphin. I'm like, oh, they didn't put the Bills up there yet, but that is the Miami Dolphins. Damn, I'm already.
Tom's.
I jumped the gun. Now it looks like a squad.
Let me teach you about football teams, Sonny.
You
Oh
see the
my God, here we
majestic
go.
dolphin, and you think, yes,
All right,
America.
Dolphin boy, want to ask your question?
All right. So the Dolphins, right?
Mhm.
Does
Yeah.
anybody actually like them?
That's a really complicated question, actually.
I'm gonna
Well, as
say-
somebody who lives in Florida, I don't know.
Inside the state of Florida, yes. Outside of the state of Florida, no.
Even though
Right.
you really have to go down to get to the only people I know here who like the Miami Dolphins are from Miami. Like everybody else is either Jags or Tampa Bay.
Mhm.
So
That's all I
something
need to know.
consider. Though they did do pretty well last season, if I remember correctly.
Yes, they started off the season very hot, had a 3-game division lead on the Bills. Then the weather
That's
got
right.
cold, and suddenly it was like, oh no.
And the Dolphins became endangered.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
They had a fast car, but the fast car doesn't really work in the cold.
Mm.
Like the Hummer.
Speaking of today's sponsor, the Hummer.
No way. Callum,
Let's have a
what is
look
your
at
question?
that.
I think that was my question. No, I'm happy.
Oh, that's it? Oh,
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
want to
one
know if anybody
question.
likes them.
I mean, fair enough. Okay. I know where I'm putting them.
I think they're probably trash.
I was gonna say mid, but I'm okay with trash.
Well, trash or probably
I mean,
trash?
Let's do probably trash.
Yeah, probably
Because
trash.
Callum said probably trash, and I'm not confident in mid that they would actually be mid.
All right. Carter, who's this next team?
They are the Boston Patriots.
Boston Patriots?
Well, they're New England, but they used to be called the Boston Patriots. I like that name
Oh my
better.
God,
You can't own a whole region.
Yeah, shout out.
Oh, that's to the
Green
British.
Bay.
Yeah,
No, you're not supposed to agree with that.
yeah. Now we're talking.
You mentioned
Later, yeah,
colonialism and Callum's out of his seat.
It's the fucking Shaq meme. I sleep, real shit, and your eyes are just glowing.
Okay, so it's my question, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So is the question, are they someone to look out for, or who to look out for on their team?
Who to look out for on their team?
Okay, well, I don't really know any of the New England Patriots, so that's gonna be my question because I don't know who they are.
All right, who
I mean, like
Good
I heard
question.
about them, but like,
I'll handle this one.
oh,
Maybe I feel like I should do someone a little more sleepery than this. But the big one is they, with the third overall pick last year, drafted Drake May, the quarterback from North Carolina or University of North Carolina. He is 6'4", 225, runs fast, kind of like the prototypical everything you want from a quarterback. The problem is this team is very, very bad, and they seem to know that, and they don't want him to die. Um, this is the first year without both Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, so decorum has gone out the window. And the coach has more or less said, yes, Drake May is objectively the best quarterback we have on the team. He's looked very good in the preseason, but also their offensive line is made out of very light farts. And if he goes out there too soon, he might get really hurt or learn bad habits while he's running for his life. So whether or not he will actually play this year is up in the air. But when he does, I'm excited to see it because he was kind of my favorite prospect coming out of like the three big quarterbacks, or at least the one where I was like most excited and most unique. Obviously, Caleb Williams was quote unquote better, but I like Drake May a lot. So yeah, the future is bright. It is just can they keep the? It is the future is a Fabergé egg, and it is Elephant Parade season.
right. I know where I would like to put them. I would like to put them in mid.
Interesting.
Ooh,
Callum,
above
what do you
that.
say?
I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they have anybody interesting on their team anymore. So
Carter gave this whole speech, and we're like, yeah, they suck.
Nah, they're mid. All right.
But I explicitly said they sucked.
That's true.
Yeah, well,
I don't think they're trash, but like, then again, I don't know anything. So
next is the New York Football Jets.
okay, trash. Do we even need to ask questions?
You're allowed.
let's see.
I mean, Callum, you're allowed a question. I'm just saying, I'm putting him in absolute trash immediately.
I think it's poetic that I get this one because the only question I can ask is, in a fight, could they beat the Sharks?
That is poetic.
Very
Are-
like actually.
Are we talking? So, are we talking even numbers, or is it just the entire Jets versus the entire Sharks?
Entire Jets versus entire Sharks.
I'm gonna go with the Jets because the San Jose
Yes.
Sharks is a lot smaller of a team, so the Jets are probably gonna overpower them. And honestly, if Aaron Rodgers breaks out some dark eldritch magic of some kind, I wouldn't be surprised.
And if you mean if you mean the Sharks, like the sort of Lincoln Center era gang from the from like turn of the century New York, I would say probably the Jets, just because the Sharks only engage in dance fighting and only have one knife. So my gut says the Jets would probably, like, as long as you get the guy with the knife, like as long as you overpower him, you're probably fine.
Okay. I'm thinking trash.
Trash, and then Tom said absolute trash.
Listen, all I know is I was just talking to my friend about football before this happened, and he told me that he's in a fantasy league where every week you have to choose a team that will win, and if
Yes.
you
Oh, I love
get
those
wrong,
things.
you're out. Called like a suicide league or something.
Mhm.
And he's in one, and he said the last time he was in one, there was like 170 people or 117 people, and every time the Jets played, everybody voted for the people against the Jets, and nobody ever lost in the
Nice.
16 weeks that it went on, because they won like 1 out of 16 games last season, so or 2 seasons ago. So that's what I'm basing my decision on.
I am happy to move to absolute trash.
I just can't imagine Aaron Rodgers actually playing for them. But then again,
That's
this
also
is the
true. Like,
season of
gonna
things.
get injured again, like on the first day, and then, like not show up.
It really is like, but then again, it's the season of the things that were never supposed to happen happening. That Borderlands movie has been in production for 15 years, and they finally released it. Was it good?
Trash.
No, but it happened. It legally made it to the theaters. You can't
And then
say
Concord,
it didn't.
which nobody knew existed, got released, and now it's getting taken away because it's bad.
right? Like the impossible is possible. So maybe they'll be good. Who knows?
Anyway,
Or at least Aaron Rodgers will play.
the worst team in the league, the Baltimore Football Ravens.
Yes, the only team with a losing record right now.
Really?
Yeah. There's only been
well,
one
there's only
game
been
and they
one game.
lost.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean? I thought you meant like overall, like over history. I'm like, that does not sound right.
No.
Yes, technically they are the only one with losing thing until, the Packers hopefully lose tonight. Maybe.
No guarantees.
No guarantees. I'm not looking forward to. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but not. All right, whose question is it? Mine?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't remember. Can somebody just tell me? Did they made the playoffs last year? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna just say playoffs based on that. They were running a pretty good game against the champions last night, so
Yeah, I can be down with that. You actually watched a sports.
I would say playoffs for sure,
Playoffs for show.
personally.
Faux show.
Callum, the confirming faux show. All right, Callum, who is this next team?
That would be the what is it?
You got
I
it.
know it's the Bengals, but like the
The city
I
you're
don't know
trying
where
to
they're
think
from.
of? I'll give you a
Cincinnati.
hint.
It
It's
is
Ohio.
There you go,
Yeah,
you
you
got
got
it.
it. Well done.
Nice. Yay.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I
I
think
feel like we're watching Dora. Do you know which team this is?
Nah.
That's right.
Dora would do better than me.
No, she would not.
All right. Let's.
Not in American football.
You never know. Who knows what she's into?
That's true. I shouldn't judge.
Let's see. How about who's the? I'll just ask a normal football question. Who is the quarterback for this team?
Joe Burrow.
Yes, Joe Burrow, former #1 overall pick from LSU, Heisman Trophy winner. He is incredibly talented, but had a really rough go of it. He tore his ACL in his first year. His second year, he was completely healthy, and they actually made the Super Bowl, upsetting the Kansas City Chiefs to get there. His third year was mostly uneventful. And then last year, he struggled with a calf injury to start the year, finally got better, and then his hand kind of exploded. He has some kind of wrist injury that has never happened to a quarterback before, as we know. It's only happened to offensive linemen. So everyone's a little jumpy about that.
And it appears he's dyed his hair blonde.
Yes. He might be having a midlife crisis. It's hard to tell. Or mid-career crisis, because football players only play until they're like 35 at best.
Sounds
Unless you're Jason Kelsey
good.
Unless if you're Tom Brady.
or Tom Brady, who quit 3 times, got
My
divorced.
hot take is honestly, my hot take is either Jason Kelsey or Tom Brady plays this year.
What do you think, Tom?
Playoffs? Question mark?
Think so? After all that,
They did pretty good last time, didn't they? Weren't they?
They almost
In
made
the
the
playoffs
playoffs
last
despite
year?
Joe
Who knows?
Burrow
They
not
They
were-
being
almost
their
made
one
the
healthy.
playoffs.
question.
They almost made the playoffs.
Ask
Oh,
them
oh,
one
oh.
question.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, we can't tell them. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's do a mid. Let's put him in mid.
I think mid's
I would
good.
say.
All right, Tom. Who's this next team?
This one's a little misleading. If you don't get it, I'm not gonna judge you.
What the hell? It was like a. Wait a minute. No, that's okay. I was gonna guess the Washington football team because I don't know what they're, but it's just a W, and I know that's later on the list. Not the Bears. The Chargers? I have no idea.
Callum, you want to take a guess?
At this
The
team.
Dogs. The
Team? Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, I totally know this one. It is the Tennessee Titans.
That's right, Callum. It's the Cleveland Browns.
What?
I knew it.
Oh, I forgot about the Browns. Wait,
Yes,
that's
their
what their
yeah.
dog?
Well, no, their logo is a football helmet, but sometimes they use a dog because their fans refer to themselves as the Dog Pound.
Oh, see, I didn't know
Quattro
that.
puppy.
See, yeah, that one's not fair. That
Wow.
requires like 3 levels of knowledge.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I've never seen that before.
It's a relatively new, it's like an old yet new logo for them.
Nice.
They also sometimes use some kind of leprechaun-esque, a gnome, I believe, but I don't know where they got that.
The Fighting Irish. Yes, I'm
It
familiar.
pretty much is like the Fighting Irish logo.
Yeah, Tom,
But
what do
yes,
you want to ask?
who is asking the question here?
I kind of already asked. My question was, why are they dogs?
Oh, yeah, that's
Why
true.
aren't they dogs?
Why are they
Well,
dogs?
Damn, no, you just have to guess now.
The Brown. I'm gonna say probably trash, personally.
But they got that dog in them.
Yeah, but I just don't think I haven't heard anything about the Cleveland Browns in a long time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, they would probably prefer it that way.
See, that's got to mean something.
One of the players might be a diddler.
Okay, well then, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And the problem is he's one of 2 people in NFL history to get a fully guaranteed contract, and they also traded like 3 first-round picks for him.
Yep.
Sometimes
Wow.
karma
Steal
works.
in NFL history, in my opinion. Like, they are the biggest losers. All right, the Pittsburgh.
I mean, that is okay, Kevin. That's actually one of my hot takes. I think they just bench him and take the dead money hit and trade whatever draft capital they have left to get the Sanders kid at the start of next season.
All right, Pittsburgh's Steelers. They'll steal from you.
They will.
Oh, that should be Russell Wilson's thing.
They'll steal from
Pittsburgh
you.
Nation. Let's steal shit. And then just hard cut to him throwing a cinder block through a store window. Just hard cut.
What to ask about the Steelers? What?
Your
If
favorite
you
color?
could, that'll be a good one for later. What? No, right. If you could have dinner with the coach of the Steelers,
Okay.
would you no? Actually, where would you go?
Okay, so I am having dinner with the coach.
You are having dinner, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Where would I go? That is a great question. I feel like...
Can we both answer this one, or are you handling this one?
We could both answer.
You both do it, yeah.
I feel like
I'm taking him to a nice steakhouse because, I feel like he's owed it by how much this team has absolutely fucked him, frankly.
Well, that's telling.
I'm kind of similar to that. I was gonna say like a restaurant that's somewhere on the caliber of like a little bit nicer than like Olive Garden or like Red Lobster, where it's just like, oh yeah, we're not just like, you look around and people aren't wearing tank tops and flip flops while they eat, but it's not like people are in suits. People are dressed smartly.
I feel like that's high praise from Kevin.
Any food not eaten like with my hands is high praise.
Exactly. But also not wearing tank tops? I mean, come on.
Basically a place they would ban.
White House? Come on now.
Every once in a while, I go to a place that I have to wear sleeves. Not long sleeves, but sleeves.
What do you think, based on that?
Well, my family has a history with Steelers. I think that think they're probably going to be trash.
Dang.
It sucks, but I think it's true. Like,
Yeah, I accept it.
Trash. Wait, probably going to be trash? Or going to be probably trash?
Hmm. I say, yeah, trash.
trash. Yeah,
Alright.
I love them, but they have a special place in my heart. But they're not doing that good, I don't think.
Alright. Callum, who's this? Who's this Pokemon?
That is the Houston Texans.
That is correct.
Yeah.
My goats.
I think it's Tom's question now.
It is. Why? Who did they lose to that made them not win the Super Bowl?
Hey, they lost to the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Final score.
I feel like I have to put them in playoffs just off of legacy for me. You know what I mean? But I'm also biased. Like I don't. They're not going to be my pick for Super Bowl this year. But
Dang,
Spoilers.
you're on the out. You're. Oh, dang. I don't want to spoil it.
no, go
All right.
ahead. I think
I'm not saying nothing.
still. I think playoffs question mark for me.
I'm down for that.
I want to know how much this is hurting them. Like for us to be running like this, because I know.
Very little, because I'm so focused on making sure everything's running smoothly.
SpongeBob me boy, I don't give a fuck.
All right, Tom. Who's
What
this
happened
team?
with that? That is the Indianapolis Colts.
It is the Indianapolis Colts.
I remember that because I didn't know what they were last year, and that was my Browns from last year, where I completely forgot they existed. It's Callum's question.
It is. Okay. Colts. Do you think the players like being on the team?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I thought you were going to say.
Do you think the players like being on that team?
I'm gonna give it an honest. Probably. Like I think. I think they have more people liking to be on their team than not liking.
Right?
I really thought he was going to ask if they would like horse girls.
Do they like horse girls?
Joe Flacco's on the team, and that seems like a definite.
Nice.
You're not wrong, but that doesn't mean you should say it. But yeah, the vibes are very good in Indianapolis right now, honestly. A lot of young guys, cool coach. Yeah, it seems like they all have fun.
All right, that's good.
The owner's a bit of a weirdo, but, you know, he keeps to himself
owns a
these
football
days.
team. Like, it's going to be a bit of a weirdo.
He's going to be a
Legacy,
bit
too. His daddy owned it.
kooky.
All right.
Playoffs question mark.
Playoffs question mark.
It's a bold.
I am okay with that.
That's kind of bold, but not wrong, because they fought up until the final week to be in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
It basically came down to, like, a play, honestly.
Yeah. All right, Tom, who's this next guy?
That's the Jacksonville Jags.
Yeah, it is.
That's how many of these you've got, guys.
We're learning.
They're doing good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in a fantasy league now. I have to kind of know something.
You think?
Well.
Damn.
Yeah, but the fact that the league is still standing means that you haven't won yet, which means I need to learn more than you because you have not won yet.
Will you destroy the league if you win?
I got close.
Callum's been close, yeah.
I heard the story that he did get close, but he didn't actually like get all the way.
If I did, the league wouldn't be there.
That's so funny. That's like
we need to think about a funny thing for if Tom wins. Like,
why does that have to be when I win?
Well, because I mean, I guess you know more than I guess you know more than Callum, but still.
You're still
Yeah.
an idiot.
Everybody has to have a bit if they become the Supreme Chancellor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Mine is to kill all the Jedi.
Whoa.
What
I
Jedi?
don't like them.
Jedi.
Well, you said Chancellor.
I did.
Well, yeah, but what Jedi are in football? I mean, if there were Jedi in football, I would have started watching it way long ago.
Wait, I
That'll
have
be
a
wild.
great question
Well,
for the
there
next
aren't any
one now.
left from the
So-
first year I won.
What's your
What?
question? Or no, wait, it's still Tom's.
It's Tom's question, so I'll save it for the next one.
You back up. Um, okay. Do you think that? Do you think it will be a good time to live in Florida if the Jags don't do well? Like, do people care if the Jags win,
In
or are
that,
they like expecting nothing?
I would say if the Jags win in that North Florida region, things are going to be wild if you're not from the area, but great if you're from the area.
Hmm.
So wild in a negative connotation then.
I mean, it's Florida.
But yeah, everything's negative in Florida, I know. But
It's going to be wild either way.
Yeah.
I do think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that the Jaguars tend to get the most international games, particularly London. If that gives you a sense of like their market.
Floridians and the British.
worst two groups of people on the earth.
This is a tricky one. I'm curious.
I'm gonna say mid. Actually, should I rep Florida? Do I want to rep Florida? Like, do I say playoffs question mark to like give them the benefit of the doubt since I live here now, or should I just like go with my predetermined notion that they're gonna be bad? I'm gonna do playoffs question mark.
Okay.
No, I changed my
I
mind.
like
Mid.
it. Oh,
Mid.
Callum, do you consent?
Yes.
Alright, Callum, who's this next guy?
The Tennessee Titans.
It is the Tennessee Titans.
Woo. Okay. Would the quarterback of this team be a Jedi or a Sith?
There it is.
see, that would have been so much easier for the Jacks.
Yeah, I'm gonna say neither.
When you're a Jedi,
He
you're a
stumbled
Jedi
upon a
way.
lightsaber, but he is neither trained to be a Jedi nor Sith.
Is he like a Mandalorian?
Yeah, he's like that one Mandalorian from Ahsoka who's like, well, I'm trying to learn. They don't really have any training or any skills. They kind of just have the sword and they're just vibing.
I watched Ahsoka. That's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, you're telling me, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, he called you babe, Tom.
I know, so cute.
Oh, everyone, babe.
I've never
Where'd
heard
you guys
call
ever
anyone
notice that?
babe
Yeah,
ever.
you're not special.
Only me. This is now my personality. Is it my no? It's your. What are you thinking, Callan?
Callum, question.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
I feel like he'd be really good friends with oh my god, I'm forgetting it. Sabulba, not Sabulba.
Watto?
Watto! Fuck! I can't believe that's so
The
embarrassing.
slave owner or the
ew,
guy who tries to
Levis.
kill children in pod races?
The vibes, not the slave part.
That's a vibes.
Vibes.
The slave part.
Yeah, put that one on a shirt.
Every homesteader in the world.
Yeah. Alright, so he vibes with a slave owner, apparently.
That's not what I meant. I'm not getting sued
Too
for
late.
that.
A child.
No.
Yeah, that's correct.
Just like the sweaty vibes, you know, just the
He's sweaty.
That's the air vibes.
You know what I mean, you bastards. You're trying to slander me. Or is it live?
Oh, wait.
You're the
I don't
one that
remember.
picked Watto. Why didn't you pick like Kid Fisto?
Nobody
or
It was
told you to
something?
pick Watto.
funny.
It was either Watto or Zabulba, which is like the two most
Yeah.
Zabulba doesn't have a personality. He's actually
characters.
just like, eh.
I'm Mario.
Wah, I'm Zabulba. Wah.
The literal Wario of the Star Wars universe.
I'm pretty sure Jabba the Hutt is Wario of the Star Wars universe.
Then he's Waluigi. Anyway, what are we?
I'm gonna put him in probably
That's
trash.
probably-
Probably trash.
Damn, bro, you disrespected my Titans.
Well,
Attack on?
I should have had a Jedi.
Who's next? Tom.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask, was Broncos country let's ride was the name of our group chat for a long time.
Correct.
Was that a meme because they were bad?
Yes.
Pretty much. But it's also like, it's also one of those things that it's just like, just hearing about it, it like sticks in your head of like, this is entertaining.
Right. If they were better, it still would have been a meme, but with a different tone. It would have been more like, it's a little cringe, but it's cute, it's silly.
Yeah. If they were better, it would have been more of like a rallying thing, like Dilly Dilly was for the Eagles.
It's bingo, yes.
But because they weren't better, it's just kind of like, this is a fun level of silly, like Sleepy Joe Biden, like that term.
Got it. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put them in probably trash.
I was gonna put him in straight up trash.
I'm okay with that, honestly.
All right, straight up
Nice.
trash. All right, Callum, who's the most winningest team in the NFL at this moment for this season?
The Kentucky Fried Chiefs.
Yep.
Right, jeez.
Not even.
It's honestly a miracle that they did all those things just as with McDonald's and not KFC. Because, like, what do you mean not KFC? Like, Kentucky is like, I know it's Kentucky City or whatever it is, but like Kansas City, whatever it is.
You maniac.
We're not
But
in
it's like-
Kansas anymore.
KC, they could have put an F in the middle, and that would be fine.
Mm-hmm. All right. What is your question about the KFCs?
Whose turn is it? Is it your turn or my turn?
Now it's your turn.
It is Callum's turn.
Okay.
Let's
Can they do it again?
do it
It's
again.
possible.
If it was gonna happen, it feels like it could happen now.
It would be
Playoffs faux show.
Super Bowl in a row.
Unless
Yes,
Tom
win
has
three
I would
Super
say
Bowls
play.
in a
I
row,
would
which
say
has never
playoffs for
happened
show
before.
too. Like that's an easy lock. As much as I hate to say it.
Alrighty. And it's Tom's turn again.
The Raiders.
Tuscan Raiders.
We're making a lot of Star Wars references. It's like we watch shows and like them or something, but we don't.
I watched 4 of the movies recently, and I also just recently bought Lego Star Wars. So
Like the video game,
No.
the Skywalker one.
Nice.
yeah.
It's a good one. It took me a long time to beat that, but that's because I was being a completionist.
Oh, there's so much stuff. I know.
So much.
Wait, which movies did you watch? Were they the good ones or the bad ones? Or the good bad ones?
The good ones. You say first what they are.
Well, the good ones are the original trilogy minus the last. Well, the last.
Yeah,
one's
1, 2, 3.
Okay, and then there's the good bad ones, which are the Anakin and Obi-Wan one. And then there's the bad ones, which is the stuff with Rey, except for the Force Awakens, which is actually good.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting opinions being thrown out here today. So let's go on with the Raiders.
Stay tuned
I just
for
want to
when we
know.
rank Star Wars movies. It will be a fight.
Listen to Carter and Callum beat each other's throats over the Last Jedi.
Yeah, Pete, that's one of those times where it'll go from like funny, like ragging on each other to like anyone who listens
It's
to it being
personal.
like, "Are they
It's
okay?"
Personal.
Listen, Grievous is cool. We can all agree to that.
I can agree to that.
Okay, so he was talking about
Sure.
those ones. Okay, got it.
I think Watto's cool, or I think Watto's cool.
I think Watto's cool.
Why is everybody on Watto? Watto and
It's not everybody.
Suburbo.
It's
More
Carter.
of a Wano guy.
Not me. Okay, I'm
Mm,
not a Watto fan.
I support Big Watto.
big Watto guy.
Carter, big Watto guy.
Watto.
Hey, it's Watto.
So
It's me,
Tom-
Watto. What do you want?
Tom, do you want
All right.
to ask a question?
Yeah. Okay. Raiders. Who's their quarterback?
That is Gardner Minshew Madness himself. He's
Oh,
their
fuck, trash.
starting quarterback.
That man disappointed me while I was in Eagle Stadium. Well, I won't have it again.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot you were watching him play.
I watched him fumble.
Oh,
Yikes.
Yeah, it's kind of the experience.
For that reason, I'm saying trash. Not absolute trash, because I know he can do it, but it's up to whether he will decide he wants to.
I'm down for trash.
All right. Now for the last team of the AFC.
Mm, the Chargers.
It is the Chargers.
But you were gonna say the lightning bolt.
No, I know the
The
Chargers.
Chows.
They're playoffs faux show.
Chargers are playoffs
Yeah, I
or
would say
so.
I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
All
I
right.
don't even need a question.
Doesn't even need a question. So that's the AFC. All right. Who out of the Ravens? No, we'll save that for the end. All right. The NFC
yeah. Let's
time.
do all of them at the end.
The Dallas Football Cowboys.
Supposed to.
Absolute trash.
Woo!
Right answer.
As much as I want
Yeah,
them.
I have to appease the audience. Joe.
Yeah, it's Joe. All right. Tom, who's this next team?
The New York Giants, baby.
It is the New York Giants.
Hey.
Okay. Who's someone to look out for on the Giants? Because I have no idea.
Ooh, great question.
Well, I would say, well, okay. There's the obvious one, Malik Neighbors, but I'm going to go with Kayvon Thibodeau, a highly touted defensive end prospect from Oregon. His second year, he had his first 10 sack season. If there's one thing on this team that's actually consistently good, and if there's one thing that is once again going to screw them out of getting the quarterback they've desperately needed for all of these years, it is that their defensive line is actually kind of good. They traded for Brian Burns. They have a good defensive tackle. Thibodeau looks like he's living up to his draft hype. They're actually very good at rushing the passer. And in the NFL, if you can rush the passer, you can kind of stitch everything else together to at least be competent.
I was going to say Tommy Chicken Cutlets because why not?
Tommy Cutlets. Okay, I gotta.
All I'm going to say is watching
I'm gonna
Drake
say
May throw
mid.
the ball in the preseason. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
If I was a Giants fan and I got to see those Drake May highlights, and no, we could have had him if Tommy Cutlets didn't win 3 meaningless games, I wouldn't let him ever get into the stadium again.
All right. Calm, who's this
He's
next?
never getting in the stadium again.
Seahawks. Seahawks.
Oh.
There it is. I was waiting for that to happen.
Yeah. I make it a joke.
Get a joke.
Yes, we got the squawks.
Playoffs faux show.
That's the hope.
Again, I gotta appease the audience.
Also Joe.
Mostly Joe.
All right.
I thought he was a Saints fan.
Sure, why not? All right, Tom.
Is that a bit? Is that
Canon
real?
now.
No, it's-
The big W.
Washington football team.
Yeah.
Washington Commanders, I guess.
No, I like football team better. I wish they
The
stayed with
Washington no
Yeah,
longer
they-
racist.
that we know of.
All right, yeah.
See,
That's true, that we know.
the name Washington football team is great because it is both the owner being a passive aggressive little baby where he's like, fine, we just won't have a team name if I can't make it a slur. But also, it is kind of unironically like a fun retro name back when it was like, there was like 3 teams. So it'd be like the football boys from Dismonton. I don't think that's a real place. I
Tune
think I
in
just
today
made that
when the boys from Newark take on the boys from Trenton in the most American game there is, football.
up. Exactly.
Like that kind of vibe.
Right? If there's one like region that can afford that kind of energy, it's our great capital.
Great capital.
The state.
Wait, it's not my question, is it? It's Callum's.
He passed up his question on the Eagles.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Does
didn't
he
need it.
get to hear, or I guess I get it. Okay. If the Washington Commanders faced off against the Chiefs, who would win?
The Chiefs.
Pretty hint. Well,
So the
no
battle
game's
of the
easy in the NFL,
racism
but
goes to the Chiefs. Got it.
yes, much like the Atlanta Braves and the formerly Cleveland Indians, now Cleveland Guardians, as long as there's someone much more racist than you can get away with having a kind of racist name.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carter Glaze.
Just spin the facts.
That's what we pay you for.
Tune into my TikTok for all kinds of
Oh,
great
dear Lord.
Fortnite advice. Go to www.cartertellsithowitIs.com.
So where are we putting
I'm gonna say playoff question mark.
Okay.
Sure.
It's time for Da Bears.
Bears.
The Chicago Football Da Bears.
Heck yeah.
Goal question.
Yeah, I'm thinking. What's the most notable thing the Bears have done in the past 5 years?
They've gotten the first round draft pick.
Yes.
That's
2
usually
years
for
ago.
the worst team, isn't it?
Yes. Well, okay. It's kind of complicated, but short version is they got it fair and square 2 years ago. The Carolina Panthers went, well, we want Bryce Young, so we're going to trade you our first round pick for next year so we can have yours this year. The Panthers are the worst team in the league last year, so the Bears get it a second time. And didn't even need to do the work. Right. Truly, I don't know how Kenny Mack gets out of bed sometimes because unbelievable they let that happen.
Neither do I.
I would literally bribe the other teams to just let us win so we don't get the first overall pick. I'd go to jail.
Sounds like they're absolute trash, in my opinion. But Callum, what do you think?
I think that's the case. Put them in absolute trash.
Get rid of him.
It's so cruel when you guys do that.
Get rid of my sleep.
I feel so bad for him.
Nah.
I feel
Get
bad
rid
for
of
the
it.
multi-million-dollar football team.
Alrighty. Eminem's favorite team, the Detroit Lions.
And ninjas.
Or you would know, bro.
Hey,
The
come on now.
Lion Ninjas?
No. All right, Tom. What do you want to know?
Do their hips be lion?
I would say no. Their hips don't lie.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna say playoff question mark. I'm hopeful for that.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Alright. The Green Bay Cheese Packers.
I don't want them to.
What are we thinking for this one? What about what's something clever to ask? Are they gonna win?
Nice. I like it.
Win what?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
The 2024-2025 NFL Super Bowl.
Are the Packers going to win the
As
Super
of
Bowl?
right now, they are tied with 30 teams for being the second best team in the NFL.
Oh, clever girl.
This one only tells lies, but this one only tells the truth.
What's 2 + 2?
4, 36.
Your mom.
What? I still can't figure it out.
Which one of you tells the lies? That one.
I think they sound pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Let's put them in probably trash.
Nice.
Tom, do you consent?
Sure. I think it's funny.
All right.
Look, sometimes you just got to do some bits.
Yeah. The Minnesota Vikings.
Tom's thinking.
Got to think of a really good one for this tricky
Okay.
team.
Here's my logic. I don't need any questions. Ash Ketchum
Okay.
knows about the Minnesota Vikings.
What?
Ash Ketchum knows about the Minnesota Vikings
Okay.
from the Pokemon movie. He makes a Minnesota Vikings. And he is finally a world champion now. Now, I don't remember much from the Vikings, but I don't remember them doing that well the last few seasons. I rarely ever heard of them. And I don't have faith that they're not going to be absolute trash. But I think they have a chance to just probably be mid.
That was so much build-up for mid.
Well, because that has to cancel out. Because normally I would put trash, but if Ash Ketchum likes them and he just became a champion, maybe their time to shine is finally here.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Falcons.
When it comes to teams themed after birds, how highly do they rank?
I love that question.
That's genuinely a great question. Oh.
Let me see here. Let me just get a quick head count on bird-related teams. All right. So there is,
I think,
5 bird-related teams: the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens, the Falcons. Out of coolness of bird, I would say Falcons are cooler than Cardinals. Not as cool as
not
a
as
Raven.
cool as Seahawks.
Yeah, not
Agreed.
as cool as a Seahawk either. I would say they're probably tied with an eagle for how cool it is. Like a solid bird of prey. Not like a hawk or anything like that, but a solid bird of prey.
Yeah.
No secretary bird.
Eagles have the advantage of iconography.
Yeah. But it's still better than a cardinal.
I see.
In terms of
a
fight, it would lose to an eagle. It would beat a cardinal. It would probably lose to a Seahawk. And honestly, If it's a one-on-one, it'd beat a Raven, but Ravens work in groups. The Ravens together strong.
I would say playoffs question mark.
All right. Kenny Mack's Carolina Panthers. The official team
Absolute
of
trash.
Kenny Mack.
Absolute trash.
Yeah, like we don't even need to do the game. They're very bad.
All right. Last year winner or playoff bound or Castpod Super Bowl, the New Orleans Saints. Sent there by Callum.
Playoffs for sure.
Playoffs for sure. I was gonna say playoffs question mark.
You still have a question on the Saints.
Yeah, it's true. Does that guy still play in it? On their team?
That guy.
Which guy?
My favorite guy.
Oh, Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
He does
who's
still
he
play
on right now?
on them.
Yeah, playoffs for sure.
I would be remiss if I didn't inform you he scored a single touchdown last year.
Oh, I know. He was on my team.
I'm aware.
Callum's like, I know.
I did my homework.
Callum always does his homework, except when he doesn't.
That's right.
It's like saying I always do my homework except when I don't. Alrighty.
I love that joke.
And I stand by that.
The Tom Brady Buccaneers.
But they don't have Tom Brady.
No, but they
do
are
not.
abbreviated to TB. And I chose Tom Brady over tuberculosis.
Understandable. I think I would
This team gives some real TB vibes, if I'm being honest, though. Like, if you told me at least one player has tuberculosis on that team right now, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. I mean,
The
they're
TB
Pirates.
Bay Buccaneers.
Tuberculosis Bay Buccaneers.
Whose question is it?
It is.
I think it's yours because I passed mine on the.
Okay.
Pirate times
No,
were
it's
rough.
yours, Tom. Because Callum had.
Oh, it's mine.
Saints.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about Jamal Williams. I do have a decent question
true.
for this one, though.
All right, go ahead.
Is Gronk going to come back?
No.
What about Baby Gronk?
Baby Gronk, there's a solid 12% chance.
Nice.
I don't know how old he is. I don't know where he came from. And at this point, I'm just going to wait him out.
That's fair.
That is to both Gronk and Baby Gronk.
Both, honestly. Yeah, to both, honestly.
I mean, if Gronk's not going to be there, like, really, what's the point? You know?
Point. I knew
So,
Gronk and Tom Brady aren't there, so that makes me think they're going to be mid.
I don't think it's going to be great.
What's sad is he arguably fits
Congrats,
this
we're
version of
not
the team
there.
better than the one with Tom Brady.
Yeah. All right, Tom's saying mid. We're on our final.
I said mid or probably trash. It's up to Callum.
I think probably trash.
All right, I'll drop.
Fair enough.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Definitely trash. I don't know about absolute, but I don't know. Is there anybody on there to actually keep an eye out for, Carter or Kevin?
Oh, yeah. Well, Kevin, you can cover
Honestly,
this one if you want.
I'm going to go with the first wide receiver drafted in this previous draft, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Is he? Was he traded
he's
from
a wide
another
receiver? No, they kind of earned him. They earned
Yeah,
the
they
spot
stuck.
where they picked
They
him.
had a low enough draft pick.
Yeah, I believe they picked him 4th overall. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is putting up a fight about his name being in Madden because money.
Yes, he is also, well, he's a Nepo baby, but a Nepo baby who earned it. His dad is a
That's
Hall of
like
Fame
the
wide
exact
receiver for the
opposite of
Colts.
Nepo baby.
Yeah, I mean, well, look again. Would he be drafted at the same level if his name wasn't Marvin Harrison Jr., named after his Hall of Fame dad, Marvin Harrison? Probably, but certainly like a few doors he would have had to like force open a little harder. But yes, basically it's like, hey, remember Marvin Harrison Jr., that wide receiver who could do it all, but he's very tiny? What if he had a larger son?
Interesting.
Son
Okay.
that bulked up.
Yeah, what if he was a normal height for a wide receiver? And also had the word junior next to his name. These are a lot of strange hypotheticals, Carter.
They are. But I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with probably trash. Actually, regular trash.
Regular trash.
Because a
Yeah.
wide receiver is only as good as the quarterback is throwing to him.
All right.
All right, who's next?
The LA Rams of Los Angeles.
Interesting. Oh wait, it's Callum's turn, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so. Let's see. We got a couple more, so we got to bring out the good questions now.
Now that we're at the bottom of the barrel.
Let's think. If you were me, what question would you ask?
Oh, he's a genius. Except now we're not gonna ask the question.
You know what, Kurt? You get this one.
Which question would I ask? Who on the team? What anime character would you compare their quarterback to?
That's a good question. I might actually tempt you to answer it. Well, who is their quarterback anyway?
Well, you'll never know.
Matthew Stafford.
Or you will know.
Ah, damn it.
Yes,
Got me
yeah.
I knew you would answer. I knew it.
He's a very generic-looking guy.
Right.
He's generic.
It is very funny. The minute he goes to LA, he starts getting ads, and you're like, oh, right, that's what he looks like.
All right, but yeah.
Yep, that's a guy. I don't know, old guy, beat up, rubbery arm. You know what? I'm gonna say All Might on the grounds that he's like the golden boy,
Deflated All
kind of
Might,
do it all.
like super All Might.
Well, like All Might when the show starts of like, oh, I'm still great, but I can only do it for like 15 minutes. I'm kind of beat up, so a lot of the time I'm gonna be like scrawny and like lame. But when it's time to roll and the chips are down, I'm gonna get all my powers back and do cool stuff.
He says as somebody who does not watch the show.
Yeah, but I'm smart, so.
I was gonna say Laos from Dungeon Delicious in Dungeon.
Nice.
Do people actually watch that show? All I see of it is on Twitter.
It's a good show.
All right, can I cut in? Aaron is on break and says the LA Rams will be absolute trash.
I can't argue with that.
I can't
Shout
argue
out
with
for
it.
the celeb shot from Aaron.
Yeah, for real.
Alrighty.
All right. Okay, 49ers were in the Super Bowl last year.
Correct.
So they got to be in playoffs for sure, right?
Well,
that is not a
from
guarantee.
a certain point of view.
Well, what if all of the good players on their team exploded?
Or, yeah, not even like a what if the team
Did their guy get shot?
What if they exploded?
Oh.
You know?
Wait, Kevin, I have a question.
What is it?
Who on the San Francisco 49ers got shot?
Legit
Oh, yeah.
story, it was
Megan Thee Stallion.
I didn't even hear your answer because Callum said Megan the Stallion was.
Ricky Parasol, the wide receiver from Florida they just drafted, was unfortunately shot around Union Square. Miraculously, the bullet missed both like his bones and any internal organs, so he did not need surgery. The bullet went clean through, but his timetable to return is up in the air.
Because he got shot.
Right. Yeah, truly, what a very chaotic last couple weeks for the 49ers, honestly. But they get to play Aaron Rodgers. Start.
Maybe they're like playoffs question mark because wide receivers are.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay.
Callum, who's this
Callum,
team?
who's this team?
The final team, the Seattle Sounders.
Yep.
I thought you were gonna say EAGLES. You did that earlier.
SEAHAWK Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't know about this team, so like this is one of those teams that's just like a bird, and I'm just like, oh yeah, the bird team.
Yep.
The bird team.
Da birds.
I think. You know what, Tom? Because this is the last one, let's do this together. We gotta think of a question.
Oh, I thought you were gonna alternate every other word.
No, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'll start, and then we'll ask the question
into a chamber
together. Ready?
No, you were supposed to finish the Yu-Gi-Oh line. Okay, anyway.
No, it should have been me, not him.
It should have been me, not him.
So,
okay.
Who
is
the
best
player
that
the
Seahawks
have
Alright, I guess that's it.
question mark. I just love how he said have like there was going to be more words.
I wanted to see what else we could do.
I was curious.
I was trying to think. I could hear the gears in your head trying to sillier question, and then you're like, oh, well, that's just a normal question. All right.
We could have kept going.
All right, Carter.
We could get. You want to restart it? We'll keep going.
Carter, who's their best player?
Oh, that's a good question.
He doesn't know. That means they're bad.
No, it's just a lot of options. I am gonna say that I'm gonna say they're excuse me. I'm stalling as I make sure I get the right name. I'm stalling. I'm singing in the just singing in the rain. Devon Witherspoon, really good cornerback. They drafted him last year and he immediately impact. Sort of a versatile guy. He's like he's great in coverage as cornerbacks are supposed to be, but he's also very reliable. You can play him up close to make tackles. He can rush the pass. He can rush the passer every now and then and get sacks. I think he's going to be a stealth pick for Defensive Player of the Year, assuming the Seahawks make the playoffs. I think that could be in play for him.
All right, probably trash.
Okay. Sorry, I got a very interesting question off mic.
What was the question off mic?
I was pointing out. Aaron pointed out the probably trash tier, and it's like this is a $10 ticket football games, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. And she goes, "Is that the Titans?" She pointed to the Browns. I'm like, no, it's the Browns. They do that because their fans call themselves the Dog Pound, and I'm like, she goes, "Do they pound dogs?"
Yes.
Of course,
Well,
Aaron.
you should have asked that.
Yeah,
question.
sure. Why
not? That's the tier list.
That's it.
Wow.
No trash. All right. before we end, Tom, you
Yes.
can move one team in an unvetoable fashion. Who do you want to use it, and who would you move if you did?
Like, I can move and Callum can't object.
Correct.
I mean, we kind of agree.
I mean, you agreed on most of
To
it,
be honest.
but it's just like
Me and Callum are very agreeable people, which is the problem here.
yeah.
I'm down to get saucy right at the end.
Panthers, playoffs for sure. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mm.
I'll keep it interesting. I think I'm gonna move the Bills up to playoffs for sure.
All right. Callum, same prompt.
Put it back.
And you can't. I would say you can't touch the Bills because Tom.
That would be really funny.
So this is just we're putting them in any.
You can move one team to any other tier that you want, and Tom
And then
can object.
we pick the Castpod Super Bowl after
Correct.
that. Got it. Let's do. Let's put the Lions in playoffs for show.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm getting crazy.
Alrighty.
I can tell.
Carter, who gets which conference?
I'm going to say, in the spirit of Florida, Tom gets the AFC.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, in the spirit of Texas, Callum gets the NFC.
All right. So, Tom, your options are the Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, and Chargers. Callum, your options are the Eagles, Lions, and Saints. So I'm going to count down.
Nice.
I'm going to count down from 3, and then you say it at the same time in a jumbled mess. Because
all right, I'm ready.
What's the point if you're not saying the same
ready.
team? All right. 3,
I'm ready.
2, 1.
Eagles.
Alrighty.
Bird off.
We got the Bird Bowl.
Bird Bowl.
I want the Eagles to be in the playoff in the Super Bowl. That'd be fun.
Alrighty. So according
What's
to
wild is this is a much more believable outcome.
our experts.
And last year.
Yeah, last year was kind of a long shot at the time, and then it became a little too real.
Almost. We were getting there.
Texans versus the Saints is a long shot. No, really?
Yeah, going into the season, yes. In the middle of the season, it was a lot less, and then
it was like,
No.
hold on now.
Yeah,
They both fumbled.
All right. So according to our football experts,
It's us.
yep, the Eagles versus the Ravens will be the Super Bowl. Bet on it, and don't bet on the Jets, Cowboys, Bears, Panthers, or Rams.
Bet on
Never
it.
bet
Bet
on
on
it.
it.
That's the take-home message. Or the Jets.
All right. Somebody send us home.
Tom?
Okay. Thank you all very much for watching, or listening, rather, to this amalgamation of just pure... Thank you all for watching.
It's just been Tom's face.
No, please. Of the logos of the teams on my forehead. Thank you for watching and listening to this episode of Castpod Ranks. Is that what we're calling it?
Sure,
Oh no, it's Kevin and Carter Talk Football, right?
It's
I mean,
whatever.
this is ranking though.
Just
Whatever it is.
we're getting rid of all categories. We're having a non-label year. You just have to guess what the
Castpod
video is about.
Castpod has been revamped. So this is our. We actually have. I just noticed we have 5 teams in each thing. Look at us being even.
I know, right?
But thank you for watching. Make sure you place all your money on these teams, and if you have to mortgage your house afterwards, don't blame us. We were controlled by the government, and if you win, we get 50% of the winnings because we did this for you.
Yep.
Happy football season, everybody. Go sports. Me and Callum will continue being the unknowledgeable doofuses that we are, and annoying Kevin and Carter with questions about Jedi and pounding dogs.
No, you're not. No,
And you can
no.
quote
Edit that out.
And you can
No.
cut the
I
video.
think
it's-
Cut the video.
Oh wait.
I need to get a
Big,
job.
big take home message. Why Watto is Carter's favorite character. Okay, now
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
See,
I'm